Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate you in attending this event, although it is the holidays most probably for you. And I hope you've been having wonderful holidays. I am James Pereira, the founder of the Seven Figure Pharma Accelerator program. And I developed this program to help pharma startup founders who have revenues between 1 million to 10 million USD to double their revenues within a 2-year period or even less. And this is how, if you would like to know how we do this, then scan the QR code or type into your URL snip.ly/show me. Show me all in lowercase. And you will get to a Calendly link where you can schedule for us to have a session. Let me just go back to my camera here. Okay. I've spent 38 plus years working in pharma as well as with pharma companies. And during this period, I have launched a product which became the market leader within 6 months. I have also turned around a division that was sinking and it started growing within a 9-month period. And in another division, what I have done was grow the sales from 3 million USD to 30 million USD in an 8-year period. And stay with me till the end of today's session, which I have planned for probably about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how many questions you have for me. I will reveal how you can get your hands on a GPT that I have developed that will help you evaluate all or any partners that you wish to partner with. And of course, you know that in pharma, you need to partner with people. You can't go it alone. No pharma company and definitely no startup will be able to be successful just doing things on their own. And you can use this GPT to evaluate any partner for drug discovery, drug development, or CRO, or CDMO, or even a third-party sales agency in your home country or elsewhere as well. And today's topic is for pharma founders. Let me get back to my slide, and the 3 strategies to scale in 2026. So I would like to find out if you are a pharma founder, a pharma startup founder, put into the comment box founder. If you are a pharma CEO or some other role in pharma, then just type your role in the comment box below. Now, if you are by any chance from some other industry, then put into the comment box the industry you're in and what role you play in that industry. So let me have a look at the comments. Okay, thank you very much. Looks like most of you are from the pharma industry, and some of you are from other industries as well. Awesome. Great. So the 3 strategies that I'm going to be sharing you with are going to make a huge boost in your sales by the end of Q1 2026. So let's have a look at the first strategy. And I've got cute names for all of these as well. The first one is known as fill the mind gap. Now, fill the mind gap, before I go any further, let me just see if any one of you have heard of this. Can you just give a thumbs up? I would like to see how many of you have heard of this. You may have heard of it in some other form, but fill the mind gap basically is about this concept where our minds have got places like pigeonholes where we place certain products in. So they occupy that space in our mind. And this was popularized by L. Rees. No, you can't see that. Let me just switch my camera. It was popularized by L. Rees and Jack Trout. I hope I'm pronouncing L. Rees' name right. And I got this book way back in the early 90s, and it has changed the way I market products. It is not just pharmaceuticals. It is for any product. Now, what Al Rees and Jack Trout basically say is that when you have filled the position in your mind, in your customer's mind, they will only use your product for what that product is meant for. So, for an example, Volvo cars. Everybody knows that Volvo cars are meant to be safe because that's the way they have marketed it. They have positioned it to be safe cars. So you would go and buy a Volvo, although it's a powerful car, you would buy it because it's safe, because of its safety features. But it's also a powerful car, but nobody would buy a Volvo as a performance car. For that, you would probably buy a Maserati or a Porsche or a Lamborghini or even a BMW, but definitely not a Volvo. Well, very rarely would you do that. So that's what filling the mind gap is about. So when you position your product correctly, then your customers will recognize what your product is for, and that gives you a competitive edge over your competition. Let me give you an example of what I had done in a division about 20 plus years ago. We had 3 products in the pediatric category, and all of them were for the same indication. Now, product 1 was the gold standard because it had much higher features and therefore benefits compared to the other 2. And we also had a premium price for this. So it was a premium product with a premium price, and we targeted it to private pediatricians. Now, product number 2 was, well, I won't say it's inferior, but it had lesser features. And the side effect profile was not as good as product number 1. And we targeted it to private GPs who treated pediatric patients. And the price was, of course, lower compared to product number 1. Now, product number 3 had the least number of features. The tolerability profile was not that great compared to the other 2. And we had the lowest price for it, and we targeted the government because the government treats a lot of pediatric patients. So that is how we had positioned each one of the products. And it worked. It worked because each one of these products had become their market leader in their specific category, whether it's in the GP segment, the pediatrician segment, or the government segment. So that's how you do this. Now, another example, which is contemporary, is that you probably have heard that the FDA has approved Wegovy pill, which is, the oral version of Wegovy injections. I think it was last week, just before Christmas. And the indication for Wegovy is that it is for weight management of those who are overweight, i.e., more than 27 BMI, or those who are obese, more than 30 BMI. So that's the indication. Now, the way you would position the product, or you could position the product, now I have no idea whether Novo would be doing this, but the way that they could position their product is by stating that, let me just get back here, it is by having this position, the oral weight management therapy for obese and overweight patients. Or they could have it as the first line, oral therapy with weight management therapy for obese and overweight patients. So I hope from this example, you get the idea. There is a difference between the indication as well as the positioning. Now, when you get the positioning right, all your marketing strategies, whether it's the 4 Ps or 6 Ps or 8 Ps or whatever Ps that you follow, everything will fall into place a lot smoother and you can get your pricing done correctly. Now, I got a cheeky, tongue-in-cheek example, a personal example. I've got 3 nieces. And within the family, I make the joke that all the 3 nieces, and I say this in front of them as well, that all the 3 nieces are my favorite nieces. Now, logically, it's not possible. How could you have 3 nieces? So this is the way I position them. I have a favorite niece in Malaysia. I got a favorite niece in the US, and I got a favorite niece in Australia. So all 3 of them are in specific compartments. So there's no infighting among them because all 3 of them are my favorite nieces. So that's the strategy number 1, which is fill the mind gap. Now, strategy number 2 would be ramp it up. And what I mean by ramp it up is basically to ramp up your production. And there are many reasons why you should ramp up your production if you really want to boost your sales. Number 1, and I've seen this many, many times, and I've also experienced this, that when you have a stock out, what happens is that, of course, there's the opportunity cost and you lose your sales. But there's also a downside in the sense that your customers, you will lose reputation among your customers. They will lose confidence in you if this happens too frequently. Now, happening once is bad enough. And especially if you are a startup, this is a no-no because imagine you are just launching your product and within the first 6 months or 12 months, there is a stock out. Now, your healthcare providers and your payers are not going to take you seriously if you're going to be doing this because they can easily switch to a competitor. So that's why you need to ramp up or crank up your production. And I have also experienced this in one of the divisions, companies that before I had joined, they were the market leader for this vaccine. And because of production issues, over a 6 month period, they lost market share and the competitor had become the number one product in the country. And when I came in, one of the first things that I did was I managed to get buy-in from higher management, from our head office, and they agreed to increase the stock holding to 24 months. Of course, the finance guys were not happy with this because of the stock, the cost of holding stocks. But there was a more strategic reason why we needed to have this amount of stock, which was to ensure that there would be no stockouts within the next 6 to 12 months in case there is a manufacturing breakdown. And with that, and because of the good relationship that our reps had with the doctors, with the prescribers, the healthcare providers, they managed to convince the healthcare providers to give us a second chance. And sure enough, within a 12-month period, we became the market leaders again. So this is what strategy number 2, which is ramp it up, is all about. Now, it takes a lot of guts to do this, and that would mean that you would have to make sure that your business plans are done as accurately as possible. Your forecasts are pretty good down to the numbers, and you also have to have the confidence in your marketing plan and your business plan that you are going to meet the targets that you have put up. Right. So let's move on to strategy number 3. If I can get the slides to. Okay, strategy number 3 is release the hounds. Now, I would like to hear, or rather see, if you have heard of this strategy. Now, I think the hint would be the image, which is money in the box. So if you have heard of this strategy, or if you think you know what it is, give a heart. Click on the hearts and let me see if you have heard of this. Okay, so release the hounds is basically about the rewards program that you have for your sales reps. And release the hounds means don't uncap your incentive scheme or your commission scheme or whatever you want to call it, where you do not have a cap on how much your sales reps earn. Now, for the life of me, 38 years in pharma, working in pharma as well as with pharma, I have never been able to understand why there is such a huge reluctancy among pharma companies in not capping the incentives and commissions, which also means you do not cap your revenues. Now, why on earth would you want to cap your revenues? I could never understand the reason. And when you have an unlimited incentive scheme or commission scheme, you are not capping your sales. So let the sales go. What have you got to lose? Now, I have personally faced an example many years ago in the 90s, mid 90s, when one of my products had lost patent. And we were terrified of the generics making inroads. And what we did is we slashed our prices. We had a promo. We slashed our prices and we uncapped the incentive scheme for all the reps. And sales had bounded tremendously. There was a huge surge in sales. Now, eventually, after a few months, we discovered that there was one region where the sales was far higher than all the other regions. In fact, too high for its size. And when we conducted our investigations, we found out that the rep there had been undertaking some nefarious activities, unethical, and that was impacting the company's reputation as well. So eventually, we had to make sure that that rep did not get the incentives, but and also he eventually lost his job because he was doing unethical deeds, which was against the company's values. So he had to be let go. So if you are fearful of something like this happening, then the easy solution is to put guardrails around the incentive scheme and throw in any other policies. You could even have a policy, for example, where reps would not get paid if the company's revenue targets and or profit targets are not met. So something as simple as that will safeguard the company. All right. So these are the three strategies that I wanted to discuss with you. And let me just go through my notes to make sure that if there is anything else that I need to cover that I have missed out. Yeah. So there you have it. Those are the three strategies that I promised I would share with you. And this would help you if you implement these three strategies. It will help you find a huge surge in your sales in Q1 2026. It's going to give you a jump start. It's a great way to go when you have a jump start in your sales. And what you will notice is that each one of the strategies is related or linked to three specific areas of your business. In fact, the only three areas of your business that you need to focus on, that I can think of anyway, in order for you to grow a sustainable business. Strategy number one is linked to product. Filling the mind gap or positioning is related to your product. Ramping it up or cranking up your production is related to your process, your manufacturing process, and even your supply chain process. And thirdly, releasing the hounds or uncapping your sales incentives and therefore even uncapping your revenue generation is linked specifically to rewards, i.e., people, rewards for your people. So this is how each one of these strategies are linked to each of the three areas of your business. Now, you would also note that when you implement all three of the strategies, they stack upon each other, and therefore you will see an exponential increase in sales rather than linear if you were to just implement one of them. If you implement two of them, two out of these three, you would get a slight uptick in your sales, a slight hockey stick, but not a great hockey stick. So that's the power of implementing all three. Now, you need quite a bit of courage in order to implement this because it's going to be out of your comfort zone to implement something like this, especially if you have never done this before or you have never come across your competitors doing it. And if you have come across competitors doing it, it's a lot easier for you to adapt and follow what they are doing if it is successful for them. So what I'll do now, I have got time for questions. And if you have any questions, just put it in the comment box below and I will answer your. So let me see. Raj, thank you for this wonderful question. Are incentives continue for the team? Raj, I'm not very clear what you mean by this. I'm not sure if you mean whether it is for the team or for the individuals. Well, if you're asking if the incentive is for the team, yes, you can do that as well. In fact, quite a lot of companies now are doing team incentives as well. That is, especially if the people are working together in teams. So, if you are a company which has, let's say, a cardiovascular range of products, and you have a cardiovascular sales team, and you have another team which is pain management, for example, another one which is respiratory or oncology. So if they're all working together, yes, then you can have. Or you could also have it where if where one sales manager is handling reps of different categories of products. So one sales manager could have an onco rep, a cardio rep, a pain management rep. So you could have a team incentive for them as well to make sure that they're all working together synergistically. So you can do it that way as well, Raj. So I hope this answers what you're asking, Raj. Now, as I wait for other questions to come in, and thank you, Alexander. I just saw your comment about good insight. I'm not sure exactly which one you are referring to, which strategy you're referring to. Okay, Greg. Greg, I will not be repeating this because then it's going to, take um, this event too long. There is going to be a replay, Greg. So all you have to do is come back to this page, and the replay will be available. So just click the replay. Rajveer, you have how to poison our products like there are many competitors. Um, Sorry, Rajveer, I don't understand what. I'm not sure if this is a comment or a question. So while I wait for you, Rajveer, to elaborate on this, let me handle a question. Thanks, Raj. So I guess that answered your question. So let me, before the event, I received about 5 questions, and I will just be handling 1 or 2 for the sake of, respecting the time because we are coming up to the 30-minute mark and I don't want to go beyond that. The question that I have is this: do these strategies work if I have only one product and am not global yet? Short answer is definitely. Now, um, all the 3 strategies, especially if you have your first product, it's essential that you are successful within the first 2 years. Within the first 2 years, you need to hit a minimum of $1 million USD in sales to be sustainable thereafter. Now, you must also understand if you do not hit that 1 million within that 2-year period, and you are struggling, and you will struggle, and if you want to develop your second product and you need to get funding, no investor would take you seriously because you have not shown success with your very first product. So you need to implement all 3 and everything else that there is in order to make sure, remove all the stops and make sure that you hit your 1 million within 2 years, and thereafter double your sales every 2 years or more. And so all the three strategies would work. And among the three strategies, if it is your very first product, the one that I will tell you to focus on is get your positioning right, which means make sure that the position fits a category in the customer's mind that is not occupied yet. When you get it, it is extremely difficult for a competitor to displace you. So it's going to be yours. And therefore, put a lot of focus on it, put a lot of focus on your marketing plan, which is where you're going to be developing your positioning for your product. And of course, once you start going beyond um, your locality, your first country, towards in the region or within the region or globally, then you got to ramp up your production to make sure that you will be able to sustain the sales in the other countries or the other regions, right? And also a comment about releasing the hounds. Yes, even when you have a third-party sales agency or a distributor in a foreign country, you can implement the same thing. Of course, it's not going to be called incentives, but it's going to be a pricing plan depending on the quantity. So the higher the quantity, the lower the price that they receive. So that's how your partner would be rewarded for selling more. Okay, I'm seeing some other questions coming in. Okay, Raj, you're asking how can we be number one? If you want to be number one, what should we do? Now, to be number one in your category, as I just mentioned, number one, the most important thing is get your positioning right. Once you get your positioning right, you are kind of set because all your marketing strategies would revolve around the positioning of your product, and everything else will fall into place easily. So whether you are following the 4 Ps or the 6 Ps, 8 Ps, I've got no idea how many Ps there are now, the way things are going, the professors are churning out a lot of marketing Ps or marketing strategies. But whatever it is, when you get your positioning done right, everything will fall into place. And of course, it's more than beyond, it's more than just these three strategies, Raj. There are a lot more. So that links to another question that came in, which I will address as well. Are these the only three strategies that I have to implement if I want to double my sales or revenues within 2 years? Short answer is no. The long answer is that there are, as I mentioned earlier, there are only three areas that you got to focus on: your product, your processes, and your people. And what I've just shared with you is just one strategy from each one of these three Ps. It's not a marketing piece, by the way. These Ps. There's a lot more than you need to do, and you would have to relook into your business plan. You will have to reevaluate, reanalyze what's going on, and maybe even revamp your entire business plan, and do everything that is required in order to ensure that you are going to be number one. Now, I would not really focus on being number one as the most important thing. Is making sure that if you're a startup, getting your revenues up. That would be your most important thing. And once your sales are coming in and it's a lot more stabilized, then you can think about being number one. But being number one should already be in your plans, whether it's in your business plan or marketing plan. But focus on the revenues. That's the most important thing, especially if you are new in the category. Like, for example, Wegovy pill, they do not have any competitors as of now, but there will be some coming up in the next few months. So they have first starter advantage. Okay, so I hope that helps. Khatija, I offer CTA and budget services for drug development. How do I position myself to service startups as I'm a startup as well? Yeah, okay. So now this is basically personal branding, Khadija, and you're on the right platform. LinkedIn is the platform, and I always keep telling pharma startup founders, that you are the face of your company, you are the face of your product. So if you are not out there promoting yourself and building your personal brand, then as in your case, Khatija, um, it's going to be tough for you to get to know who these people are. So LinkedIn has everybody in the pharma world is on LinkedIn. So you just need to go and search for them. And if you have a sales navigator subscription, that's going to make things a lot easier. Now, but even then, without a sales navigator subscription, with a free plan of LinkedIn as well, you can still search and you can use Boolean searches and stuff like that. I'm not an expert in that, so I'm not going to be dwelling too much into that area. So I hope that helps, Khatija, but we can carry on this conversation separately. So just DM me and we could have a chat about this, and I can put you on the right path on how to go about doing this. I'm just going through some of the Tane. Uh, thanks so much. Yeah, yeah. All three nieces being the favorite is cute. Raj, okay, Raj. Okay, Rajveer, okay, I see now your comment. You have elaborated. For ramping up manufacturing, time is very high. So how do we reduce the time? Now, that would basically mean, Rajveer, you are in, I'm not sure if you are in the manufacturing of pharmaceuticals or in some other role. Now, this is where you would have to really negotiate and deal with your manufacturing partner, and you have to ramp it up. And I think you got to iron out the skills and get a project manager, project expert in who will be able to recognize what is holding up your manufacturing, what is taking too long, and therefore be able to shorten the time for manufacturing. Is it the APIs that are in short supply, or is it some intermediaries that are involved? So whatever it is, you will need to work with them. And again, this is beyond the scope of our topic for today. But again, Radvir, if you need to, we can take this conversation separately. Just DM me and we can jump in on a Zoom call and have a chat about this. All right, Katija, Rajveer. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much for participating. I really enjoyed this to see all your questions coming in. And once again, everybody, um, if you want to discover how you can double your sales, your revenues within 2 years, then just scan this QR code and schedule a strategy session where I shall help you recognize where your blocks are and reveal what the Seven Figure Pharma Accelerator program is all about. And you can decide if this is for you or not for you. No pressure. And also, I would like to mention here that the first three people or pharma founders who enroll in the Seven Figure Pharma Accelerator program would be forming the founders circle, and members of the founders circle will get one-on-one coaching from me for the entire duration of the period, that 2-year period, that will help you double your sales or however long it will take. Now, for the rest of you who come in after the first three, you will be receiving group coaching calls. Now, group coaching calls are also for the founders circle, but one-on-one coaching takes a lot of resources, and therefore it is only for the first three. And there will be other resources available for you where you can go through them and develop your strategies to grow your sales over a 2-year period. Lastly, if you recall, at the beginning of the session, I told you that you will be able to get a free GPT to evaluate any potential partners that you want to work with. And all you have to do is DM me the phrase partnership GPT or partner GPT. Either one would do, and I will send you the link. It's a free link to the GPT, and you can go through that. It will help you evaluate any type of partner, either in your same country or within the region or even globally. It's a very comprehensive GPT that will make you think on how to evaluate your potential partners. And I've got another bonus. My partner, Tom Matson, is giving away free 12, 12 free legal templates, which will come in very handy, especially when you are initiating discussions with a potential partner and when you are finalizing any agreement. So use these templates and then send it to your lawyers to, have a look at it. It'll save you a ton of money as well. So this is what you get. So remember, DM me Partnership GPT or Partners GPT. And before I close, I just received a last comment. Thank you very much, Khatija, Rajveer, Raj, as well as Greg, Alexander, and Shanae as well, for being or for participating actively in this session. And I wish you a great end of the year and a successful 2026. And I'll see you at the next session or somewhere else. Bye-bye. Happy New Year.